Hey guys! Welcome to the newest episode of Kickoff Glitch.
Woo! Let's go.
Aidan's back running amok. Today we're doing UCL predictions and talking about match week 1 that just passed. So what do you reckon, Aidan? How did Barca go? They did well.
Yeah, they did do very well. I was quite impressed. Honestly, I went into the game being pretty nervous. Especially seeing with our injuries at the moment, we have Lamine Yamal and Balde out in particular.
Yeah, I
Gabby
thought
as
it was
well.
going to be a bit of a tough game for Barca, but I was confident they were going to win. But yeah, no, Newcastle made interest in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, they definitely did. It was, I don't know, it was a weird one because I feel like in the last half, Barca were all over them, and I didn't really feel like Newcastle had anything sort of going for them until they scored that goal. And I started thinking like, oh God, here we go again. Like it's going to be one of these moments where are we going to work so hard and it's all going to fall apart? But I think we did really well in the last, bit of the game, especially in the injury time.
Yeah.
One play in particular, I think, ran that whole injury time, which I'll get into later on when we go into a bit more in.
Well, we talking about Pedri, are we?
Yeah, we're talking about Pedri.
Yeah, mate, we can talk about him now because he's that good. Yeah, it was that Pedri masterclass, I reckon.
Oh, honestly, it was just incredible. Like, I was speaking to a few people about this before, but I think this performance of Pedri and De Jong, I honestly think De Jong was my man of the match. I think he was a bit better than Pedri in this particular game. I think this De Jong and Pedri duo was one of the best Barcelona midfield duo performances since Xavi and Iniesta.
Yeah, what was Jack Grealish posted it? It's like it's a joy to watch. He's watching them over Man City.
It's incredible. And it's so funny as well because, as you guys would know if you saw our top 10 best players in the world video, I put Pedri second, which a lot of people gave me flack for. They were saying, oh, it's way too high. And there's all these other players. But I genuinely stand by the fact that I think Pedri is one of, if not the best player in the world. Just as an actual football player, I just can't see anyone else.
I can't believe that I put Bellingham in my top 10 over here, mate.
Such crazy, hey?
He's been one of the top players for years now.
Yeah.
He's he's a tank.
Yeah.
But I feel like Barcelona, if they get far in the Champions League this season, which we will talk about, mate, with our predictions coming up, Pedri will probably, if he get player of the Champions League, for the tournament season, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, and another thing too, it's so funny because I follow a lot of football Twitter, right? And it's so funny seeing all these English media fans finally realising how good Pedri is. I saw so many tweets, people saying, wow, Pedri's the best footballer I've seen live. People were at the stadium, people wow, I didn't realise Pedri was this good. I've heard all the things about him, but I didn't know, I wasn't familiar with his game sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's so funny, it's like a caveman discovering fire. English fans discovering how good Pedri is.
It's because I feel like a lot of the EPL fans, they just stick to the EPL. They don't actually, watch the other leagues.
Exactly, yeah. And it's really funny too, because just another thing I'll mention as well. A lot of Man United fans, I know this season, are following Barcelona because of Marcus Rashford. So they're starting to follow Barca a bit, and a lot of them are saying, wow, I can't believe I haven't been watching Barcelona before. It's just such in my opinion, Barca are the best team in the world to watch in terms of, even if we lose games, which is pretty rare lately as well, there's always entertainment. You're guaranteed to see, high-pressing football, good flowing, high-scoring. I think it's just...
Yeah, they've got their own type of football.
Yeah.
It's just the Barcelona way, it's just smooth and silky.
Yeah, and speaking of the Barcelona way, I think someone who was actually the complete opposite of the Barcelona way, and I felt was having an absolute shocking performance in the game, was Marcus Rashford, up until he scored those 2 goals.
Well, both of his goals were cracker, that header for the first one, mad finish, the second goal was a screamer. But I noticed, how Rashford scored that second goal, the way he strikes the ball.
Yeah.
He's done that so many times.
He's incredible,
He's one of the only people in the world that strikes the ball the way he does.
Exactly, yeah.
He's just dead on. Yeah, he's such a unique ability.
Yeah.
But I feel like Rashford's going to be important. I wouldn't say, because he's not going to be starting every game.
No, I don't think
off the bench, he's a pretty good backup.
Yeah. See, this is the thing, I'm so conflicted on Rashford, because obviously, he got man of the match for that game, which I don't think he was the best player in the pitch, but I understand it, because at the end of the day, he won us the game with his 2 goals. And both the goals, as you said, were amazing, especially the second one. But, bro, that first half performance, some of the things I was saying about Rashford in our group chats, bro, I was slandering him. He looked completely lost. That meme where it's what's a polar bear doing in Arlington, Texas? It was literally, that was Rashford in the first half. We're moving the ball around, he kept getting the ball, just going for runs, losing it, not passing. Bro, he was playing absolutely horrible. And then just to come out of nowhere, score that header, and then that's the thing with Rashford as well, right? He's a confidence player. You can tell as soon as he gets a bit confident, he just turns into an absolute animal, and that's what I think happened.
Remember that season, a couple of seasons ago, when he was scoring for fun? At the back end of United season?
Yeah, he's just, when he's on it, he's on it. Hopefully we can keep him like that, but I guess we'll just see.
And talking about players leaving United, mate, but Rashford's doing pretty decent at Barca. I saw that Onana did well for his debut in Turkey.
Yeah.
Apparently, he made some cracker saves and they ended up winning the game, I'm pretty sure. So it just proves, mate, you leave United.
Exactly, that's it.
Your career goes good.
100%. So, yeah. And just one last thing I'll talk about Barca quickly as well. I sort of mentioned, Juan Garcia has changed my life. He is, I don't know if you saw much of his highlights from the game particularly, but it is so nice to go into a Champions League game and feeling safe with your goalkeeper. Knowing that, no matter what happens, bro, every time Newcastle got through, I actually felt okay for once. I wasn't nervous. If that was Ter Stegen, especially that first shot, I don't know if you saw it, I think it was Anthony Gordon or Harvey Barnes. It was one from the left side and they finished it near post. One guy put his foot out and saved it. If that was Ter Stegen... I remember
that was in the highlight video, yeah.
Yeah, bro, if that was Ter Stegen, that was a goal. 100%. We would have lost that game if Ter Stegen was in there because we would have conceded early, we would have dropped our heads. Everything would have changed. But having him there and just his ball distribution as well, bro, he was pinging 80-yard long passes right to feet. He's just incredible.
Yeah, he's a good goalkeeper. Because I remember when he was playing at was it Espanyol?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was, because he always was mentioned this goalkeeper, this goalie. So I watched some of his highlights last season, and they're he knows what he's doing. Who ended up playing left back for Barca?
Gerard Martin.
And he's an average player, eh?
Yeah,
he did alright, obviously.
He's a bit of a meme for Barca. Bro, the first 10 minutes he was getting cooked by Langer. I think he was our worst player on the pitch, in my opinion. I don't know. It's hard to be objective about him because everyone memes him and I really don't like him that much. But he did alright. Once he sort of got the hang of Langer, he started doing alright.
Yeah.
But the good thing about him was Eddie Howe took Langer off in the second half. And that made it a lot easier for him. As soon as that happened, he played alright because he didn't have anyone running in behind. But literally, if there's any professional footballers watching this and you versus Barcelona, just run down Gerard Martin's side and you're getting the chance no matter what. So.
Oh yeah, I don't know much about him, but I just know you've given him a bit of shit over the time.
Yeah, bro, it's literally a meme. People post this thing and they call him Gerard Martini, as in or Gerard Maldini, as a joke, saying he's as good as Maldini. It's just a meme basically at this point. I don't know. We definitely do miss Balde, and I think getting a better left back replacement is definitely something that we need to do if we do want to keep being as good as we are.
It would be interesting if you guys would sign a left back. Who would you go for? Grimado.
So he's from La Masia. Grimado.
You see the goals he's been scoring recently.
Yeah, bro, he's been crazy.
Left, right, and centre.
Yeah, and we've been linked to him for ages, but I'm thinking now he's starting to get. I think he's already 30 now. So I think
he's been around for a bit.
But I guess we'll see. Just the final point I'll make too is with Juan Garcia. When we made our top 10 transfers of the season video recently, I put him, I think, second place. And I said that I think if Barcelona do win the Champions League, he'll be a big part of it. And I think that game today shows that, a prime example of why I believe that. I genuinely think there's going to be moments where teams get through because of our high line, but having him in goals could be the difference between us, reaching the semi-finals again and us actually going and winning the whole thing.
Yeah, well, having a safe goalie always can win you titles.
Yeah.
But, I reckon Barca are a very good shout to win the Champions League, but mate, we'll find out in our prediction soon.
That's it, true.
Now moving on to Arsenal, mate.
Yeah.
We got a nice 2-0 win against Bilbao.
Great result.
Yeah, Martinelli scored a nice goal, Trossard scored a goal. I feel like that was a proper confidence boost for Martinelli.
Oh, 100%.
He's been getting a bit of shit lately, I guess you could say, from the fans and Eze coming in and he hasn't been getting as many minutes. Did you actually see his goal?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it was actually nice little run, eh?
Yeah.
But
the finish was a bit sus. But but at the end of the day, he got it through. Exactly, that's all that matters.
But
his run was amazing. He made it was a good effort from him.
It was an interesting selection. Marino played. I feel like Marino will play because it's in Spain and he's got that experience against Bilbao. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with Arsenal at the moment. The whole situation with Odegaard injured. Ranieri, is he going to be our 10 or is Eze going to be our 10? It's not sure, but yeah, I feel like Arsenal. It's a good problem to have if they're struggling to pick an 11 because there's so many good players.
Yeah,
there's just so many backup options now for Arsenal, mate. 3 seasons ago, you wouldn't have said that.
Exactly.
But, there's just so many potential players that we could use, but it's going to be interesting who Arsenal choose tomorrow. Arteta chooses tomorrow to start against City.
Yeah.
As well, I don't think Martinelli will start, but the thing is, I don't think Odegaard's not playing. I don't believe.
Yeah.
So there's Jose started at 10 and Martinelli on the left, or Trossard.
Yeah,
Trossard's the last 2 games he's played, what's a goal and an assist.
Exactly, yeah. His goal was amazing as well. And I've noticed they both assisted each other as well, which is pretty
exactly.
interesting. So, yeah.
That Trossard assist for Martinelli's goal, that little flick off his heel, that was quality.
Yeah.
But and then Liverpool got a nice win.
Yeah, they did get a nice win, yeah.
I just can't believe they got a last minute winner again. It's actually
just ridiculous, yeah.
Mate, it proves that you could say they're off season. They worked on their fitness, to go
100%,
90 minutes plus every game, and they just keep pushing and pushing.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing with the fitness terms of things.
Yeah, and I just want to take a quick moment to just apologise to all Liverpool fans for me putting Chelsea to win the Premier League.
Nah, mate, Liverpool won't be winning it anyway. So.
Oh, no. Honestly, man, they are insane. The fact is, they're probably only in their first gear. They're not even, ramped up to how good they could be, I feel like. They're still trying to figure it out. They're still, a bit iffy at the moment. I think when they do figure it out, the fact that they're already winning games no matter what and getting 3 points in every single game they play, well, once they figure it out, it's a wrap for all of us, I reckon. They are genuinely a great team.
I've been saying to you, they're due to drop points soon, I reckon. Everton lost 2-1 to them last night, and we saw a majority of the game.
Yeah.
But Liverpool were obviously the better team for what we saw. But watching them against Atletico the other day, it was a nice winning goal by Van Dijk, but it just shits me, because I know it's coming that Liverpool will get a draw soon. I reckon it could be, I don't know who they versus next week, do you know?
Actually, I'm not too sure, to be honest.
I reckon, I just got a feeling if they have a draw to a Crystal Palace or a Forest or something, Ange Ball, mate, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. But if they go batter bloody Man City 5-0, that wouldn't surprise me either. But I got a feeling that Liverpool would drop. They'll get a draw within the next 3 weeks, I'm saying.
You reckon?
Yeah.
See, this is the thing, everyone keeps saying this. I remember last season as well. I was talking to you about this the other week, I think. I remember last season, Liverpool kept, coming back from, being behind and, sort of drawing and winning a lot of games last minute, similar to how they're doing right now. And remember, everyone kept saying it's not sustainable. That was the one, tagline they kept saying. Eventually, it's going to catch up to them. They're not going to be able to come back every single game. And look how they ended up winning the Premier League.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of those moments where I think we generally could be looking at... I know this is a really bold prediction to make, but I think we could be looking at an all-time Premier League season. I think that they're honestly going to go through dropping very, very few points. Obviously, they will drop points at some point. I didn't mean for that to be to rhyme, but they're going to drop points at some point, but I do think that it's going to be pretty rare this season.
Isn't it just crazy how, we say, a draw is, well, I know it's mathematically dropping points, but a draw is whatever. But in the EPL these days, if you draw and you're going for a title,
it's a massive
that could lose you the title.
Exactly, yeah. Look at when Liverpool lost twice to City, 1-2 points. It's just insane.
But Liverpool. I hate to say it, but Liverpool are playing some good football.
Yeah,
Slobber's lie is cooking.
He's doing really
I
well.
saw this thing this morning that how Wirtz has just been non-existent. He hasn't been doing much. If Liverpool are losing, he'd be coughing it because Liverpool are winning. He's just not been spoken about.
See, I don't know. I kind of disagree a bit. I've been watching a bit of Liverpool, and I feel like he hasn't necessarily been up to what you'd expect, I guess, from a 130 mil signing. I'm not getting goals and assists, but I think he's played pretty good when he's been on.
I know it's a big difference to Bundesliga, but in the Bundesliga he was the main guy.
Yeah.
But now he's come to Liverpool. You don't really hear his name much, honestly.
Yeah,
I reckon.
true.
It's been,
that's the thing.
Szoboszlai's been more of a bigger player this season so far.
Yeah,
than Wirtz,
definitely.
I'd say.
Yeah, and I guess that's the thing too of where I'm kind of worried about how good Liverpool will be when, for example, Wirtz does figure it out. I feel like eventually he'll get used to the team and come into his own, and he'll be, absolutely shutting down all the haters at the moment. I'm just thinking the same with Isak as well. Isak hasn't hit the ground running yet because he's still trying to get fit for having no pre-season. Frimpong is injured as well. When he comes back into the fold, what's that going to lead to? I feel like there's a lot of moving parts with Liverpool right now that when they do figure it out, they're going to be unstoppable.
That's the thing. I don't in the FPL was saying fantasy comp. I got rid of Ekitike because I thought Isak will be the starting now.
Yeah.
And then that was a silly decision. I should have kept Ekitike.
Yeah.
But I feel like Isak will once he gets a bit of fitness and he's 100% fit, I feel like he'll be starting a.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll move Ekatike to the left wing and drop Gakpo. I know he can play on the left, but I'm actually interested to find out what they'll do. But,
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, yeah, they could do that, but I know it's a good issue to have, having so much quality. In
100%, yeah.
But Ekatike, I reckon when they signed Isaac, he was like low-key inside, like, for fuck's sake. Like,
Yeah, it's true. Like,
now I've got a bloody... Maybe it's just a bit of competition for him, but now he's like, I have to actually work extra hard now for a starting spot.
Yeah, which is rough too, because he started the season so well.
Yeah,
he's kind of done all he can possibly do at the moment.
He can't do much more.
Yeah. And another thing with that, the actual game specifically, Atletico Madrid, I was so surprised they put up a good fight. Because this season...
Marcus Llorente, mate, he loves to score against Liverpool.
Yeah, it's crazy, eh? But yeah, like, Atletico have been woeful this season, like, in the Liga. Like, I just did not expect them to come through. Also, how about Diego Simeone getting rage baited by the Liverpool fans?
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't really look into it, but I saw a clip that he was getting fired up on the sideline.
Yeah, so apparently, like, someone was insulting him the whole game, and then when Liverpool scored the winner, he just ran over and, like, tried to fight the fan.
You think he would do that when they got an equaliser, eh?
Yeah.
Like, not when you bloody concede. Like, that just doesn't make sense.
It was crazy, but yeah. And even in the press conference after, like, they were asking him about it, and then he went on this whole rant. He's like, I get insulted for 90 minutes a game. It's not fair, blah, blah, blah. Like, how do you think I feel? Just getting all this stuff. And then he just walked out of the press conference.
Yeah, he's a character, eh?
Yeah, I think he's losing his head a bit with how bad they're doing this season. But
how long has he been there now, Atletico?
Like,
is it 10 years maybe?
Oh, it's more than that. Yeah, I think he took over in, like, was it 2011, maybe? It's been, like, 15-something years.
Is that his first club?
I'm not sure.
Because he's still pretty young.
Yeah, he's pretty young.
Yeah. Because I remember he was the one that, I can't remember what World Cup, was it the Euros, when Beckham got that famous red card.
That's it.
He's the one that kicked, kicked Simeone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so that was only like 20 years ago.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, what he's done at Atletico Madrid is honestly incredible. Like, not many people really speak about this now, because I think a lot of our younger generation might not remember, but before Diego Simeone took over Atletico Madrid, they were like, honestly, like, just the most mid-team.
Average team.
Yeah, like, they'd never get into the top four. They'd always be sitting, like, mid-table or fighting relegation a few times as well. Like, he came to that club and turned them into what they are.
Yeah, because when I think about Atletico, I just think about them, the best team behind Barca and Real Madrid.
Exactly,
That's how everyone just thinks about it.
Yeah, it's crazy, because, there was a time when, before him, there wasn't the case at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do wonder, though, with how bad they're going this season, is this finally going to be the end of him at Atletico Madrid?
Well, when was their last trophy?
Might have been a couple seasons ago. Or was it last season? I think it was a couple seasons ago.
Because didn't they win the La Liga with the season Suarez was there?
Yeah, when he went there, bro. Bro, he's won 2 La Liga titles with Atletico Madrid in the peak era of, like, Messi and Ronaldo, which is crazy to think about.
And Champions League, like two
Champions
finals.
League.
Yeah, 2 finals. One was on penalty shootout.
Yeah.
The other one was when Ramos scored that last minute equaliser.
It's just crazy, eh? And, like, I do wonder, because he is the highest paid coach in the world at the moment. Yeah, I don't know if you knew that.
Nah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's like, by far, I think for the last, like, 5 years, he's been the highest paid manager. So I'm wondering, if they're doing this bad this season, are they finally going to let go of him? Moved on to something else, but...
I feel like if he's been there for about 15 years, you'd have to think about it, eh?
Yeah, it'd be tough.
Because, like, obviously, he's competing one of the hardest leagues in the world, but...
Yeah,
I don't know. He's an interesting manager.
Yeah.
I feel like he's very intelligent. Like, he knows what he's
yeah.
doing. But, we'll wait and see.
Yeah, sweet.
Do you want to move into our predictions, mate?
Yeah, sweet. Sounds good.
So, mate, I'll do the honours, if you would like.
Of course, mate. Go for it.
As I know you'll like this one. So my Barcelona, because first of all, we went to talk about this a couple of weeks ago, but we've been busy editing and just busy doing stuff.
Exactly, yeah.
We've lost track of time.
Yeah, so just a quick disclaimer, like, we did make most of these predictions before the actual games kicked off, but we just didn't have a chance to present it to you guys until now.
But, so predictions, mate, I've gone Barcelona to win. I just feel like last season they came that close. I would talk about before how, like, everywhere in the team besides Martins, the left back.
Yeah.
Like, they're insane. I just feel like if they're not already the best team in the world, like, they're definitely in the top 3.
Yeah,
100%.
I agree. Yeah.
So Barca to win. Haaland, I went top goal scorer.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like Man City will go far in the Champions League. I don't think they'll win it, obviously, but Haaland always scores goals, and Haaland he's good this season.
Oh, 100%. He's on
I feel
fire,
like he looks like a different type of player this season.
Yeah,
Last
he
season,
does. Yeah.
he was getting more like involved with playmaking and passing.
Yeah.
But this season he's maybe because he's got a different type of midfielders behind him.
Yeah.
He's just scoring beautiful goals.
Yeah, he's just like waiting in the box still, just being that pure like poacher.
Player, he's just rapid.
Oh yeah,
like he's so tall.
Yeah.
I tell you, buddy, like 2 steps, he's got like 10 meters.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Top assist, I went Yamau.
Yeah.
Because, like Yamau loves the outside the foot.
Yeah, he does.
Curler.
Yeah.
Cross across the box. Player of the tournament, I went Yamau because I feel like Barcelona win.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like if you have Barcelona winning, that makes sense.
Underwhelming team, I went Bayern.
Ooh.
I just don't know if I trust Van Dijk. If I trust company, like I know he won his trophy there last season.
Yeah.
But there's something about Bayern. I don't know. They don't tick all the boxes for me.
Yeah. See, I actually disagree. I think, like, I won't spoil my predictions. I mean, actually, I don't have Bayern in my predictions anywhere. I don't think, but I actually think that Bayern Munich will be one of the better teams this season. I think they will go really far.
Mm.
And I know, like, we kind of spoke about this off camera recently, but I think that Bayern Munich this season just look like genuinely really good. I think the way they're sort of structured, the players they have, Harry Kane as well, who I think is just one of the best players in the world at the moment.
He's on fire.
I think they're going to go pretty far in this tournament. And I'm thinking as well, because they still have Davies and Musiala out.
Yeah.
And I think, like, by the time it comes to the later knockout stages, they might both be back. So them already starting as well as they have right now, adding them too as well, I think they could be pretty dangerous, in my opinion.
But I don't know, just the fact that was Company at that season Harry Kane joined for the first time, was Company there?
No, I think Company joined this last season. Was Harry Kane's last season his first season? No, was it?
No, last
so
season.
Harry Kane was there, yeah.
This is Harry Kane's third season.
Yeah, so
the first season Leverkusen won, and then last season Bayern won. So this is Company's second season.
Yeah.
I just don't know how like he's pulled a job with
it is crazy,
from Burnley to Bayern.
It is wild.
Yeah.
And also,
I heard he's a very like a very hard, like aggressive manager.
Yeah.
But I just can't see Bayern doing that well. Like they're gonna win the Bundesliga, but the Champions League and your normal like match, you can say whatever how many games are in the Bundesliga. Yeah. It's such a different competition.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
But I just don't see Bayern doing well.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Bayern Munich won the whole thing.
Really?
Like if they went on to win, I would be there and be like, I can kind of see. I wouldn't be that shocked by it. And another thing too that I want to touch about Company, which I think is a sort of an interesting subject we can kind of quickly like move to the side on. Company getting relegated with Bayern Munich. I mean, Company getting relegated with Burnley and getting a move to Bayern Munich, right? I remember when that happened, it was absolutely crazy. Like, the fact that it happened. But the reason I think it did happen is because even though Burnley got relegated, Company stuck to playing, like, a certain way of football. Yeah. And him sticking to that football philosophy is what got him the Bayern Munich move. And I think that has such a big effect on football that I don't think a lot of people realise. I think that sort of gives a blueprint to managers now. Like, for example, Ange Postecoglou, right? He was someone who, no matter what, he stuck to the way he wanted to play.
But look, the thing, I feel like what makes a great manager is working with the players you got.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Yeah.
Like, I agree with you too. Like, I think a pragmatic manager is always going to be more successful and a better manager than someone who sticks to a philosophy. But I think it's dangerous that Company got that move because I think a lot of managers now are going to see that and they're going to start thinking, wait, if I just stick to a certain way, will a bigger team pick me up just because of the way I play? So I'm starting to get worried that in a new generation of managers that come through now, they might all start just sticking to the same way of playing, hoping that the same sort of thing will happen to them that happened to Company. Because what if they get a team and they're like, even if we lose every game, I'm going to play an attractive brand of football. Some big team in Europe's going to see him and be like, I want this guy. I want him because of the way he plays.
I know,
that's what I'm kind of worried about it.
The managers these days, they like to stick to their style of football. Like Amarin, for example, like he's like, I would never change.
Yeah.
But I feel like sometimes you got to change if you don't have
100%,
if you don't have the players in your team that, like for example, what Ruben plays 3 at the back.
Yeah.
And their Man United's defenders aren't the quickest.
Exactly. Yeah.
So like he's asking for trouble, but he's like just so you'd say just stubborn.
That's the thing, yeah.
He just doesn't want to change his mind. I feel like as a manager, sometimes you need to be that bit flexible and change. Like Ange doesn't change, the Ruben doesn't change, like Company's not changing. But that's just the way the football world is now.
Exactly,
Everyone just sticks to their ideas.
That's the thing. And
then if you don't like it, like don't stay at my club, basically.
Yeah, that's the thing. And
I don't know if that's what he's going to win. Like, obviously, they know more than me. They're a manager. But I just feel like, in my eyes, that's going to... Sometimes it will make it tough to win trophies.
100%, yeah. I fully agree with you. Like, I do think that, yeah, the better managers are the ones who can be flexible and adapt.
Yeah, like they can scan how the players' weaknesses and, like, we'll work with you.
Yeah, but I'm just kind of worried that moving to the future, it's going to be a lot more managers that are sticking to it no matter what, purely for the fact of, like, they want to try and get a move somewhere better. Because, like, think about it. Like, imagine being, like, a random championship manager and you see Company went to Bayern Munich. You're probably thinking now, if I get, like, my team promoted to the Premier League, even if you lose every game and get relegated again, if I just look like I'm playing good football, maybe, like, I don't know, Dortmund or, like, some mid-table team in the top 5 league will buy me. And it's like, I think it's a bad thing because I think it's going to put a negative effect on football where teams will be just playing a certain way instead of trying to just win games and, like, get results. I don't know, it's a touchy thing. It's, like, not really that big of a deal. Company might just be a one-off because he's a big name and everyone sort of knows who Company is. But I think it is dangerous. And seeing how, like, Amarin's done, for example, like, I reckon he's an absolute idiot for what he's doing at United.
Well, like, his game style?
Yeah, like, I understand, like, he gave it a go, right? But the fact that he's too stubborn to change, as you said, it's just ridiculous. Like, he's basically trying to say that I did this at Sporting, right? And I'm so convinced in my system that I'm not willing to change. Bro, like, I understand that if you're Pep Guardiola who's won, every single trophy ever.
I was about to mention something about Pep.
Yeah, like, if you're someone who's won it all with that trophy in a big league, it's fair enough to try to persevere a bit longer. But he's only won a couple of trophies with Sporting, which is a big achievement for, how a long Sporting went without winning trophies before he joined. But you can't expect that to apply in a big league like the Premier League and not be willing to adapt. I just think it's ridiculous.
That's the thing, if Ruben gets it working, though, even though he's been there for nearly a year, if he gets it working, then I reckon he can do some damage.
Yeah.
But that's what I mentioned about Pep before, how last season City had, you could say, compared to City, they had an average season.
Yeah.
Because people were starting to realise how Pep plays those short passes around the 6-yard box and just, like, as we'd say, a sweaty on FIFA.
Exactly, yeah.
Just go down the two, where the goalkeeper box is.
Yeah.
The little 6-yard box, and they just pass it in, square it, it's a tap in.
Yeah.
Remember when City won like 3 seasons in a row? Well, they've been
4 in a row, yeah.
4 in a row. Like, that's legit all their goals. That's when they signed Haaland, I'm like, they don't need this big number 9 because they can play bloody Harry Maguire at striker and they'd still score because every goal was just a 6-yard tap in. But now teams last season, I think they started to work that out. Like, we're just going to play that low block. We're not going to let people get in inside the Man City inside the box. But now, I don't know if you could say Man City are doing that style again this season because you've seen a few more goals this season from City, a bit more. They're running in behind.
Yeah, that's the thing.
There's a bit more. They're using more space.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I feel like last season people started to crack down on how Pep actually coached.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that's sort of the brilliance of Pep Guardiola as well. And I think that's why it makes Amarin look so bad because even Pep Guardiola, like the arguably the greatest manager of all time. Even he's realised, I need to change my tactics. Like, you see this season, as you mentioned, they're playing a lot more direct.
Yeah.
Like, they're obviously, like, the signing of Donnarumma too. Like, that sort of signifies that they're not going to play the same sort of way they did before.
Yeah,
and even looking at their teams over the last, like, however long he's been at City, like, the way they played in, like, 2017-18 is different to how they played when they won the treble. So if even Pep Guardiola, the greatest manager of all time, is willing to adapt his tactics, but you, Ruben Amorim, who's done nothing on the big stage, is not willing to do it, I think that just shows how much of an idiot he is. Like, he thinks he's that good that he can persevere with something when even the greatest manager of all time, like, makes changes and is flexible as well. I don't know.
I guess just everyone is. I guess because there's so a big difference in age also.
Yeah,
maybe
true,
it's just the different culture, the coaching environment that they grew up in. But Man United did get a win though this morning against Chelsea.
Yeah, true. It's just crazy to give out.
They did well, to be fair.
Yeah.
You see Casemiro got sent off. His second yellow.
Such an idiot,
do you reckon it was a second yellow?
100%.
Yeah.
Bro, like, I just don't understand why, as a footballer, like, because even we know this, playing Sunday League, like, all age, right? Like, if you're on a yellow card, you don't put your hands on someone. Like, it's just the most simple thing.
Ever since Casemiro's gone to he's got a fair few amount of red cards.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to play for them.
Yeah, honestly.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So, have you got your UCL predictions, mate?
Oh, actually, sorry, you didn't finish your ones. I kind of cut you off from finishing up.
Oh,
so you got up to your underwhelming team. So who did you have for your overperforming team?
Yeah, overperforming team. I went Chelsea.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like I said before, the Champions League and like your normal league games, they're a different type of competition. Yeah. And Chelsea have got such big squad depth, and they can go to places like, well, they can't go to Bayern and win because they lost to Bayern the other day. But I feel like they could beat just your mid Champions League teams like Atletico. They could beat Napoli. They could beat those type of teams.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Chelsea these last couple of weeks have been a bit dodgy, to be fair. But I feel like once they get maybe a bit of rhythm going and Palmer stays fit, that should be some danger. Danger. And the dark horse, I went Juventus. Remember a couple of seasons ago, mate, I said that Juventus would be in the Champions League final. Was that last season I said that? I think it was the start of last season. Yeah. I said they would be in the Champions League final. I completely butchered that.
Yeah.
But because I don't know, I've always liked to watch Juventus. And watching that game against Dortmund the other day, that was a very entertaining game.
Yeah.
But I feel like Juventus just got quality. They not many people talk about them like people spoke about 10 years ago when they had some of the best players in the world.
Yeah.
But I just feel like Juventus would be a dark horse for me.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Yeah. Who's your play to watch that you've got?
I went Eze at Arsenal.
Oh yeah.
He's been obviously one of the better players in the Premier League last couple of seasons. Now he's a Champions League club. He'll be playing more because we needed that left-sided number 10 kind of player. Yeah. And I feel like he should live up to the stage because now he's getting caught into the England squad consistently. Yeah. So I reckon he'll be my player to watch. Yeah, I'm actually interested to see because this is his first time playing the Champions League, so I wonder how he'll sort of handle that sort of pressure that comes with it. But I reckon he'll be interesting to see. Yeah. Sweet. So what have you got, Matt, for your predictions? Yeah, so to win, I've also got Barcelona, same as you. Obviously, there's a bit of bias there being a Barca fan, but I do generally think that we are one of the best teams in the world, arguably, if not the best team. And I just think that with our goalkeeper situation being changed now, I honestly think that is like the main difference between us this year and last season. And I think another main thing too is Hansi Flick, kind of similar to what we were speaking about with Amorim and that whole tactical thing about managers. I think he's started to adjust his tactics a bit from last season. You can kind of see in the Newcastle game yesterday, we still had the high line because obviously that's just like part of how we play. But I did notice like after the first 15 minutes when Newcastle were really starting to press on us, Hansi Flick kind of dropped the high line back maybe 5 or 10 yards. Yeah. And I think like having that, the awareness to be adjustable and sort of make that change goes to show that we've learned from our mistake last season of like being a bit too naive with our tactics. So I think that with the new sort of approach of being aware of like when to drop back and when not to drop back and having our good goalkeeper, I reckon we can do it. Well, let's be honest, Barca were unlucky not to play in the final last season. 100%, man. That was a good win by Inter. Yeah. But I feel like if Barca don't win the Champions League within the next 3 seasons, that's pretty disappointing. 100%. Especially Hansi Flick, because I'm pretty sure he's only signed for another 2 seasons and that's it. Surely he gets offered another contract. See, that's the thing, I feel like we will offer him one, but he's also said recently that he doesn't want to manage much longer. This will probably be his last job. Yeah. How old is he? I think he's either in his late 50s or early 60s. Still pretty young, to be fair. Yeah, but I think he's just kind of sick of managing. Because the way he manages as well, he's so high intensity sort of thing. Probably drop dead any day. Yeah, true. Who was he at before Barca? He was at the German national team. And he did pretty bad there. Yeah. But honestly, that wasn't really his fault. Looking at the national team now for Germany, they're still also pretty bad. But obviously before that, he was at Bayern Munich and he won the treble and stuff there. Yeah, true. So, I generally think that he's definitely capable of winning us the Champions League. I think he's one of the best managers in the world. Yeah, no, I think Barca for sure. That's my bet. Yeah, for top goal scorer, I've gone for Harry Kane, not Haaland. Okay. So it was interesting. I did think Haaland was sort of up there as well. But the reason I've gone for Kane is, first of all, I think this season, similar to Haaland, he's on fire. Yeah. I think he's just one of the best strikers in the world. And I think I also have Bayern Munich going pretty fast. I reckon he'll get the extra rounds to play. But also, I don't know if you've seen their fixture list, but bro, some of their fixtures, Bayern Munich, they've got those Europa League level teams that they're versing in the group stage. And I'm no one buying... So they got Tottenham? But yeah, I don't know. Harry Kane always scores goals. Yeah. But Golden Boot, well, considering I said they would do average, I don't think they'll go that far for him to potentially get the Golden Boot. Yeah, which is actually, another thing too, even if they don't get out of the group stage, which I think they definitely will, I think he's still a shout to get the Golden Boot. The reason why, even though we have way less games, bro, Bayern Munich are notorious for the last few seasons of always smashing the really bad teams. You know how Arsenal will go to a bad team, they might win 4-0, but that's about it. Bayern Munich don't hold back. They win 9-0, 7-0. They're the sort of team that will put those really high goal scoring results and not sort of sit back. I think last year they won 9-2 against
Dynamo Zagreb, I think it was.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I can't really remember, to be fair.
Yeah, I reckon there's going to be some of those games, like, who they're versing. I don't know who the opponents... I don't remember off the top of my head, but, bro, there's going to be some, like, stat padding games where he's going to score, like, 4 goals in a game purely because of how bad the opponents are.
Well, but it is Harry Kane. You know,
he also is great.
Overall, he's just... he's probably one of the best strikers in the last 10 years, you'd say.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Moving on to top assists, I've also got Yamal, same as you. I do think that he's going to be, obviously, a key part if Barcelona do win.
Yeah.
And I just think that, outside the foot passes, his playmaking, his ability to just find his teammates, especially to link up with him and Rafinha.
Yeah.
I think they have such a good link up. And I think it's going to be another one of those seasons where Yamal's also...
Yamal's injured at the moment?
Yeah, it's only a minor injury though.
Okay, so what? But I know he's not playing like tomorrow. When Barcelona play tomorrow, don't they?
No, he's not. Play tomorrow. Yeah, he's not playing.
Yeah, should be back next week though.
Yeah, he should be back for the PSG game. I think the main sort of purpose is to like rest him up until the PSG game in a couple of weeks.
Next Champions League game in a couple of weeks, yeah, right.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah. Playing the tournament, I've also got Yamal. I think... Well, actually, you know what? Thinking about it now, I might honestly change my... Well, I can't change my answer. This is before the tournament. But looking at how Pedri played in that last game and sort of...
Honourable mention.
And the way that Pedri has been this season just in general. Like, I think that Newcastle game, everyone was sort of like shocked by how good he was. I think that was a pretty average performance for Pedri, but his average is like up here for everyone else.
Yeah, 9
But I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up getting played at the tournament as well. And you mentioned that as well earlier too.
I think like I know we've mentioned how good Barcelona are, but they really are like just a great team, to be honest.
For the underwhelming team, I've got Inter Milan.
Yeah, I can kind of see. I don't know. I feel like they played Champions League final in 2023, and then this 2025. And if you actually look at their team, they got some good players, but they can't. I don't feel like Barcelona's team's better. I would say Real Madrid's got a better team.
Yeah.
Man City got a better team. Arsenal got a better team. Liverpool got a better team. I just feel like I feel like maybe. Wouldn't say it's a run of luck, but Inter Milan's recent years of them being one of the better teams in the world, I feel like it's going to start dying down a bit.
Exactly, I agree. Yeah, I think the main reason as well is they lost their manager, Inzaghi, and I think he was one of the main reasons.
He's gone to Saudi, hasn't he?
Yeah, like he was sort of one of those managers, a perfect example of like getting the best out of your team and finding the weaknesses. Like their squad's never really been that good, and a lot of them are like in their mid-30s now as well, which I think is also a factor. They're going to start sort of like going down a bit because of how old they are. But I think, he was the reason that they were able to like find a way to win those games. I just don't think they're going to be able to do it this season.
Remember when Çalhanoğlu said he was the best midfielder in the World Cup season?
Yeah, he's good. He's very, very good. But
good. But I remember when he was playing in like at AC Milan. Yeah. He was like as a 10. Now he plays like a 6. Yeah, he plays deep as.
Yeah. So moving on to my overperforming team, I also had, same as you, have got Chelsea. I think, as you have said, you basically said all about it. I think they have a good cup team. I think they'll be able to go on and just find the results when they need to.
They got their depth,
Exactly, So I think that's just like...
And I was forgot to mention before, the fact that they beat PSG in the Club World Cup final, 4-0 or whatever it was, it proves they can beat like the bigger teams.
Exactly, that's the thing. Even though it's just like, some people will say it's just a one-off odd result, but as you said, the fact they did do it, they know in their heads now that they're capable of winning those games, so that's a big sort of factor for it. For Dark Horse, I've got Newcastle. And I actually put that Newcastle before I even watched the Barca-Newcastle game, before that happened. I think that the way they're set up as well, I think they're also a good cup team. I think that they have a really good defence, and I think their midfield three, even though they got absolutely just humiliated by Pedri and De Jong in the last game, I think they're one of the harder midfields to play against in terms of like any other team that doesn't have the technical ability in midfield of like Pedri and De Jong. I think they're going to struggle a lot. I think like the athleticism of their team and their midfield is just going to be really hard for teams to sort of deal with. I don't know, just
like Newcastle are a good team, but I feel like they won't be as good as last year because the whole thing about Isaac leaving.
Yeah,
like that's a big loss.
Yeah, that's the thing, and like I guess it just depends on how well they adjust with that Walter Made guy. Like I guess it just has to see how Eddie Howe sort of deals with it, but I do think they'll do pretty well and surprise a lot of people. I think. Yeah. And the last one, my play to watch, which actually links to your dark horse. You had Juventus as your dark horse. I've got Kenan Yildiz. Yildiz?
Yildiz.
I'm not too sure how to say his name, but
player.
Yeah, I reckon he's honestly one of the best young talents in the world.
Yeah, he's been going around the last couple of seasons. He's been top. I've seen him. That's what, because I think that's what made me mention that Juventus being in the Champions League final last season.
Oh, okay, yeah,
They've got these so I'm like, fuck, this guy like can carry a team.
Oh, 100%.
He's and they got Vlahovic, and now they got Pender.
Yeah, he's cracker too. Yeah.
Yeah, they've got a good lot of attack. Juventus.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But
as you saw in the Champions League when they drew 4-4, that was such a good game to watch, man.
And Vlahovic was a key part of that comeback. I saw. Got the assist for the equaliser, then he got that. He got the third goal with a few minutes left.
Yeah.
I remember a few seasons ago when Vlahovic was linked to Arsenal.
Yeah, I remember that whole saga.
But, yeah, we obviously never got him, but he's a quality player.
I agree. Yeah, I think last season you saw Yildiz sort of get the keys to Juventus. He was their main sort of key player. And I think this season's going to be a breakthrough season where I feel by the end of it, everyone in the world will know who he is. And he won't just be some sort of hidden talent. I think he'll announce himself as one of the better players in the world sort of thing. I think he'll definitely be up there.
Yeah, no, he's a tank.
But yeah, sweet. Yeah, that's about it, guys.
Crow's having a good time.
Yeah, true.
Cheers for watching. We've got another video coming out soon, and you'll find it very interesting. We've got some controversial takes on it.
Yeah, should be pretty good.
But cheers for watching.
Yeah, let us know your thoughts if you guys agree with our prediction, if you agree with our review. Let us know if you have any other points you want to sort of put out.
Yeah, comment your Champions League winner also. Who do you reckon is going to get the win?
Yeah, and basically I know every Arsenal fan is going to put down Arsenal, except for you, because he actually isn't that delusional today, which is good to hear.
I don't know. Yeah. If Arsenal win it, I'm not complaining. But everyone, cheers for watching. And,
thank you guys. Bye.